This is Carl at PanelRV Detroit. We're going to walk you through this 2022 Jayco GreyHawk motorhome, model 29V. So this is a how-to video, not a floor plan video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we have storage here. This is an LP quick connect here. So if you want to add a grill or a griddle, you can plug it in right there. You have outside speakers, of course, power awning with LED strip. This is the service panel for your refrigerator. You don't really have to go in there. That's just for service work. That is the vent for your furnace. This vent up here is for the range hood. So if you're running the fan in the range hood, you want to open that baffle up from the outside. There's two little tabs there you can push up, two little latches, and the baffle will flap freely. So you want it flapping freely when you're venting to the outside. Otherwise you can just keep it shut. Alright, this is the water heater. This works on both gas and electric. The switches are inside. I'll show you the switches when we get there. But right now it's drained. This trailer is winterized, so you can see that the drain plug is out and it's empty. You have a heating element and you have a gas burner, so it works on both LP gas and 110 AC. So just remember, right now it's bypassed because it's winterized. There are valves on the back of it that have to be switched depending on the season and if it's winterized or not winterized. But always remember that before you use it, to refill the water heater tank, never run it dry or you'll damage it. So you always want to make sure there's water in there. That's important, obviously. This is the LP fill here. The thing you need to know is this shuts off the LP to the system, so that's important to know. All right. This is where it fills at, and this is a bleeder valve here, but that's how you shut it off to the system. Okay. So we're not going to get into the chassis part of it, the front end part of it. We'll do that when you come to pick it up. Our guy, probably Chris, will show you through that. I'm just going to go over the house part of it right now. So you have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer says every 60 to 90 days inspect the roof. You can't see what's happening up there unless you look. You're looking for potential damage to the roofing material or roofing attachments by, let's say, low branches or road debris. Look at the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through. Just make that part of your regular maintenance, going up there and looking, or having somebody go up there and look around to make sure everything's in good shape. Backup camera's right there. Okay, when I come around here, this is first of all, that's a low point drain right there. Okay, but your dump valves are down here. Black tank is toilet water and waste. Gray tank is sink and shower water. Here is your water system here. More low points. Now you look at these two valves here, and you can see there's several positions for it, right? And the positions are numbered here, so you know what they're talking about. City water, which is the most common way, would be position 2 and 6. So that would be this right here, position 2 and position 6. So that means when you hook the water up to it, the city water up to it, all the plumbing will work normally. If you want to fill the fresh water tank, you can go to position 1 to 6, right? And to pump out of it, anyway, you can see there's a different position for all these different functions, right? So the most common is city water hookup, so that's usually where you're going to use it. The thing is, if you're camping someplace without city water hookups, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water out of the fresh water tank, and all the fixtures will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it from the tank. So you can do all that right here. Okay. That's your dump hose, obviously. Fuel. This is your city water hookup we just talked about, the most common way to get water to the trailer. This is your black tank flush. So after you dump the black tank valve under there, leave it open, hook the hose up at the dump station, hook it right onto here, turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank out, it'll clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. So if there's a working hose at the dump station, it's always a good practice to use this flush. This is just an outside shower, just a sprayer / shower. Your power cord, 30 amps, 30 feet long. You have a generator. It operates from the inside, but you can, I'm not even going to go into the whole thing here, but you can, here, let me get down here. Okay. I know it's kind of dark under here, but you can operate this from the outside. You just take the cover off, right? And there's some switches and all the controls. Generally, you're going to operate it from the inside. I'll show you how that works when we get inside there. The thing is, you want to read your manual for the generator, and you want to make sure that you change the oil when it's necessary. When you're first breaking it in, there's a short period before you have to change the oil, but it's one of the most important things you can do for this is, or the most important thing you can do is keep the oil changed and keep track of it, okay? Ouch! There's me knocking myself in the head. The first time today, there'll be a couple more. Okay. You have battery under here, house batteries, right? The keys will be up front, but there they are right there. Now, there's a lot of different controls here. That's just lights. Your power awning is up here. Never leave the awning out unattended if you're not going to be at the campsite. Roll it in or it'll get damaged by the weather. Your main house power here is right there. Exterior light, which is on. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. It's very important, obviously. If there's a carbon monoxide buildup, it'll go off. If there's an LP leak, it'll go off. So you always want this to be glowing green, and if it's not, get it serviced. You can turn your power step on and off if you want to leave it off, or turn it off in the out position, for example, so it's always out. When you're camping, that's where you would do it. That's for the outside speakers, inside and outside speakers. This is the solar controller right here. So this gives you all kinds of information. It's very hard to see with the camera, but it gives you more information than you'll ever need. We're inside, so it can't really show you the gain from the solar panels, but the most important thing to know when you're looking at this is the amp hours you have in storage, the voltage in your system, the 12-volt DC in your system, and how much gain you're getting from the solar panel. So it'll tell you you're getting, I'll just pick a number because if it's a nice sunny day, you could be getting 5.8 amps, for example, that are being converted from sunlight into amperage and sent to your battery. So that's where you check that at, okay? This is your inverter. So this inverts power. What inversion is going from DC to AC power, right? You have conversion, which this trailer does, which goes from AC to DC power, right? All trailers have that, or in motorhomes have that. This one also goes the other way. It'll go from DC power, 12-volt DC, and it will invert to 110 AC. So that's what inversion is. When you want to shut this off, hold it till you see the numbers change. There you go, and then it'll shut off. Read the manual and watch videos on this. You can go for like the solar controller and the inverter display. You can go to the manufacturers and you can look at their product videos and read their stuff. That's the best way to learn about it. If you don't already know it, some people, you may already know this, I don't know, but if you don't, that's a good way to do it. This is your leveling system right here. So Okay, see, right now it won't turn on. It's locked out. You have to have the ignition on and the emergency brake applied, and you'll have the before you set up, you'll have the slide out in, right? So when you meet that criteria, you'll push this and light up. There's two main functions, obviously: auto level and auto retract. It's pretty straightforward. You also can operate this manually, where you can control the jacks, the stabilizing jacks, independently of each other. You can go into this readout by scrolling up and down and looking at the different options and then pressing enter. So it's straightforward. It works like pretty much they all do. But like I say, you have to have the ignition on and the parking brake, right, and have the slide out in when you're leveling. Okay. Of course, you have a TV and a bed up here. This will store in a cabinet. I'll show you when we get to it. Okay, so this side, let's get a little more light here if we can. There you go. You have obviously plugs here and USB charging station. You have a nice sized microwave. Remember I told you there's a fan, a 2-speed fan on here, as well as a light, but the 2-speed fan vents to the outside. So if you're going to use it to vent the range top out, you want to open that baffle on the outside. That's important. Else it won't go anywhere. So when it comes, I don't know if you've got the gas on or not, but basically you have 3 knobs here for 3 burners. This one to the left is the spark to light it, and this one here is for the oven. Then you have lights here. Okay, so let's see what he's got here. So yeah, so the gas is on. It's that simple, right? When it comes to the oven itself, this works like all RV ovens and many motorhome ovens. There's a pilot light all the way at the back there. You can see it sparking back there. So what you do is you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, you depress it and hold it in through the whole process here. You start sparking it till the pilot light lights down here. Once it lights, you're still holding this in. You hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with the top down. Okay. Now this can turn into a bed. This is a hide-a-bed, I believe. Yeah, the back cushions come out. You grab it this middle, unfold it, drop the legs, and you got a 3-panel hide-a-bed on this one. Okay. This just tells you your power, basically. Right now we got 30 amp service. You can't really see it. Let's select it here. 30 amp service. If we had 50 amp, it would tell us. If we're plugged into 20, it will tell us. But it'll always identify how many amps your service is that you're plugged into. You can see those are the options. Refrigerator, water heater, AC tells you basically what's powered and what's not. But right now we have 30 amp service. This is your thermostat. It works like they all do. You hit the mode button to light it up, and then you just poke it to go through the different modes till you find the one you want: heat, cool, fan, whatever. The refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. So basically it means a gas absorption means it runs on LP gas or 110 AC. So right now the mode we're on is electric. You see the plug there. Electric automatic. That's the most common way to run it. Basically what it means is it automatically searches for electricity when you turn it on. If it can't find 110 AC, it'll light on gas, right? Or a better way to look at it is if you have a power failure and you're away from the campsite, it'll sense that the loss of 110 AC, and it'll automatically light it on gas so you don't spoil the food. So that's where you normally would put it. If you're traveling down the road and you have it on, you can go to gas, dedicate it to gas, that sort of thing, okay? Temperature is generally going to have it all the way up like you do, like it is now. Let me get back to the right mode here. There we go. You're going to have it up all the way. I mean, if it's starting to get cold out and you're frosting up a bit, you can back the refrigerator down. But generally, you're going to have it up all the way. And that's gas absorption, meaning it works on 110 AC or LP gas. Okay. Let's move down a little further. Shower, of course, self-explanatory. The ladder that I just showed you that goes up to the bunk in the front, that collapses and hangs right there. So that's where you store that. Of course, you have a TV out here with storage behind it. All the usual stuff. Now, this down here, these two items here are the power converter. It's the exact opposite of the inverter. This goes from 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So you have, on the larger side, you have 110 AC circuit breakers, and on this side you have 12 volt fuses, so it converts the AC to DC power, and it also, when you're plugged in, charges your batteries, so it's also a battery charger. That's the power converter. Fan, power fan, with how many speeds is this one? I can't tell. Several speeds anyway, at least 3, but that the lid on it goes up and down, and you can set the speeds and the direction, everything right from here. Your slide button to bring it in and out, and of course your light. The bathroom has a fan also. Everything's self-explanatory. The toilet is the ceramic one you wanted now. It's ceramic, and it's got a flush pedal here. So the idea is you always want to have water and chemical in it. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, obviously. Then you'll come in here and you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl, and you'll step on the flush pedal and hold it down till at least a gallon goes into the tank. 2 gallons is probably better. Never go less than a gallon. And then you can start using it. You never use it dry. If you don't put chemical and water in it, the smell will be terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So remember that, always chemical and water before you start using it. Okay, that covers that. Let's see what else we have, if I've forgotten anything. Like I said, up front here in the driving and the chassis area, we're going to show you that when you pick up. Okay, so the only thing left is the control panel. So, we'll look at that. So this is where you start your generator from. You prime it here and start it here. We'll show you that when you pick up, okay? Your slide rooms 1 and 2 are operated here, although the one up front has a separate switch if you want to use that one. You have tank heaters, meaning there's a heating pad on every holding tank, so you can extend your camping season. That turns on there. Your water pump right there. I told you the water pump is for pumping water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. And then when it comes to your water heater, first of all, always make sure there's water in the water heater tank. Light it on gas here and electric here. Most people run it on electric, period. When they get to the campsite, they'll run on electric. You know, like I said, always make sure there's water in it. And so they'll just get their hot water that way. But when you're showering or you need more hot water, you kick on the gas burner. It's not on demand, but it's closer. I mean, it's not on demand, but you get a much faster recovery on gas. So if you're showering, you want to kick the gas on. Okay? And then your levels here, your batteries charge, fresh water is empty, black is empty, gray is empty. It graduates up in 1/3 increments, of course. Okay? And that's the control panel. All right, let's look around a bit. Like I said, I showed you this hangs in that closet. Okay, I think that does it. So, okay, I want to thank you for purchasing your motorhome here at National RV Detroit. Remember to inspect the roof. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Do it every 90 days at least. And you're just protecting your investment. You can't see what's happening on the roof unless somebody goes up there and looks. So it's that simple. Right now this is winterized, so the water's been purged and replaced with antifreeze. The water heater is in bypass mode, right? And it's empty right now. So always make sure there's water in the tank before you turn it on. Other than that, we'll show you, we'll talk to you about the generator, and we'll show you the chassis end of it when you pick up, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you.